Hi, welcome to Slinkard Party of 4. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to look to see how well we are doing on our freezer and pantry challenge for January. So let's have a look, but before we do so, if you've not done so already, go ahead and like and subscribe. But let's get started and see where we're at. Here is pantry number 1. We have used some of our penne this week for baked muscatoli. We've also used a hamburger helper this week. We have used some of our veggies down here, and we have used some of our baking supplies, but not much has changed here. We did use some spaghetti sauce right there, the Hunt's pasta sauce, for our baked muscatoli. Not a whole lot has moved here though so far, but I hope to change that this week. Now let's check out the fridge. All right, the fridge looks pretty much the same. We've still got some vanilla yogurt in there, but we've been eating on that. We have done a really good job of getting rid of some of our fudge. Shocker, I know. We did have some cinnamon rolls this week. We've done well on our veggies and fruits. We have gone through most of our deli meat and cheese. We'll have to get some more deli meat this week. We've done well on our salads. We've only got one thing left. We'll need to get some more there. And then we've got just a little bit of veggies left down there in our freezer. We've eaten some more of our sandwiches. We're getting ready to finish off this and this week. We've eaten some more of our lean cuisines for lunch and for work. And we'll be doing some more of those veggies this week. So we've done probably better on the fridge and freezer here than I had thought. But this is a learning process. So, all right, let's check out pantry number 2. All right, we've really done a lot on this pantry, as it's the fun pantry where the girls like to come. We're down to half a bag of veggie straws. We've been eating a lot of our apple cinnamon rice cakes. This is just kind of leftovers from Christmas baking. We've done really well this week on our fruit cups. We'll continue to eat through that this week. And then we've only got one pack of Oreos left, but again, we used a lot of that in our Christmas baking, New Year's baking. We're down to one thing of tortillas, although one of our puppy dogs we found out likes them, and apparently you can't keep them on that shelf right there because that's within Odessa's reach. Lesson learned, won't do that again. Still have some potatoes left, plan to eat those up this week to make sure that we get them taken care of. And then of course this is our condiment. So we've done really well on this pantry. Now let's go check out that big deep freeze. All right, guys, I do realize this probably still looks the same, but I promise it doesn't. We have used a fairly bit amount of our cheese this week. We pulled out a thing of shredded cheese as well as some provolone cheese for sandwiches. We have eaten some biscuits and gravy this week, so I did use one of those. I've used some ground beef. This drawer is completely empty here. I've got that left down there. I did eat a chicken. We did make a chicken and rice freezer meal this week. And then I know we'll be eating my chuck roast this week. I'll be making that. We'll be eating some corn on the cobs. I need to probably, now that I have room in my door, I need to move my turkey broth. We'll be eating a bag of our cheese raviolis this week. I'll be making those. Johanna will probably finish off our White Castle sliders for her lunch this week. We'll be using the last thing of bacon because we're going to have breakfast for dinner one night this week. And then this will be Friday because I will be at work all day long, and this is something really simple and quick and easy that the girls can throw in the oven and bake up while I'm at work so that they can eat. Haven't gotten to these. I did eat one of these last week. That's the chicken and rice. I know it's hard to see. Freezer meals. And then that down there is just chicken and meatballs. And frozen fruit. So plan to use that in some smoothies this week for breakfast to see how that goes with the girls. I know that's one of Johanna's favorites, so I'm going to get that going for her this week. But that's how this freezer looks as of the end of week 1. Hopefully by the end of week 4, it'll be a lot emptier, but we'll see. Okay, guys, now let's talk numbers and let's talk about what happened this week, where we succeeded, where we failed, where we could do better, because we didn't fail, let's be honest. We tried and we've done much better than we normally would. So normally I have a budget of $200 a week for food and gas. Now, this past week, we spent $49 at the grocery store to start, but that was for our lunch meat, bread, and then some veggies and fruit that we needed. And that was a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but I was okay with it because it was much cheaper than what we normally spend. And then I did not plan well this week. I kind of just went, let's look in there, see what we can do, and pulled out each day for each night. And I wasn't as successful as I would have liked to have been. So I have definitely learned my lesson in that regard, that before the week starts, I need to sit down, look at the schedule, look at what's happening, and figure out what we need to do. Because on Friday, I did have to send my husband to Dollar General on his way home from work, and he did pick up 2 frozen pizzas, which is exactly what I did not want to do, but it was not Domino's pizza. So I'll take that win. I did end up picking up an extra shift at work on Friday, so I was, I don't normally work day shift, so I was gone until about 7:30 Friday night. So of course they needed to eat. I wasn't planning ahead, wasn't thinking ahead. I don't know what I was thinking, but it was not about dinner. So when he called to say he was picking up the girls, he said those magical words every wife loves to hear. So honey, what's for dinner? And I went, oh no. So it was frozen pizza, but I'm going to forgive myself because it has been a busy week. But so let me tell you what we did this week. So last Friday, we did queso stuffed bell peppers. I was really excited about this. This was something I seen on just a suggestion in one of the food groups I'm in on Facebook. Somebody had a whole bunch of queso left over and they're like, what do I do with it? And somebody was like, you should make stuffed peppers. And I was like, that sounds really, really good. So all I did was take the Blanco queso Velveeta cheese, melted it down, put 2 cans of mild Rotel in it, as well as a pound of sausage gravy, and then I added rice to it, about 3 cups of rice, which don't do as much rice, do 2 cups. And then I put that in 6 bell peppers, so it ended up being, because I cut them in half and seeded them, I ended up putting that in, so there was 12 peppers. We ate all of them. They were delicious. Definitely really, really good. So, and then Saturday we did pork steaks with steamed broccoli and cheese and scalloped potatoes. That was really good, really quick and easy. I just did the steaks on the grill, and those were perfect. So, and then Sunday I did one of my freezer meals, dump meals that I already had prepared. I just threw it in the Instant Pot. I had it defrosting for about 2 days because there was a lot in it. So it did take about 2 days to defrost. But it was chicken and rice taco bowls. I ended up serving that over taco chips. And then I ended up eating it leftover at work on some of my carb control tortillas. So that was really good. And then we had baked mescacholi, which is always a crowd pleaser. That's always an easy go-to. I was making it for a family at church, and I was trying to figure out what we were doing for dinner, and I was going to do something much more elaborate, and my Abigail said, Mom, you work tonight. It's okay. We can have baked mescacholi too. You're making it anyways. Just double it. It'll be fine. You gotta love those moments when your teenagers are just so lovable like that. And I was like, you know what, Abigail? You're right. So I gave my permission to feed my family baked mescacholi. I used to make it once a week. I have gotten much better about it. It is my favorite meal. If you haven't figured this out, baked mescacholi is my favorite meal. It reminds me of my childhood, and it's something that I have always loved. My dad makes it for me every year for my birthday, so it's just one of those childhood meals that you just love. So I have gotten down to making it about once a month. So I try not to feed my family it too often because they love it, but they probably don't love it as much as I do. So Abigail gave me permission to make them baked muscatelli, so I made baked muscatelli. And then on Tuesday we did have leftover, so we did go ahead and eat leftover chicken and rice bowls because there was a lot of that left over. Wednesday night we have something called Power Hour for our youth at church, and a lot of times I will go and help make dinner there. However, all of that cost is taken care of by the church, and each child just pays a small fee. It was the first week back after being off for several weeks, so I asked my daughters, what do you want? And Johanna piped up immediately and said, I want baked potatoes. So we had a baked potato bar with some pulled pork. It was really good and yummy, so that was easy. And then Thursday, I was really tired. So it was just a hamburger helper beef stroganoff with my homemade salad that I make. That's the Pasta House copycat salad that's really, really good. And then, like I said, Friday was a bit of a failure, but again, not a failure, just room for improvement on knowing that I need to plan better. And so they did have frozen pizza for dinner, but that's okay because, like I said, it wasn't Domino's. So what have I done to improve this week? Number one, I'm not going to shop at Walmart, except my husband has a drink mix he takes in his water for work that I can only get at Walmart, so I will stop there and pick that up. Aside from that, I do not plan to get anything else from Walmart. I will be going to Aldi's instead. I think I probably need a gallon of milk and some veggies to fill in, and I will say that is something I will spend every week on because I won't compromise there. My children love fresh vegetables and fruits. They're growing girls. They're very active. They play sports in school, so that is something I will not compromise. We will always have fresh fruits and vegetables. Sometimes we can stretch them for 2 weeks. Sometimes we can't. We're at the end of our current run, so I will be picking up more this week. And then we'll need some more bread for sandwiches for lunch. And I think my husband needs some more lunch meat, so I'll be picking him up some more lunch meat. Again, it should be cheaper at Aldi. And then I will also be meal prepping tomorrow. I'm going to make some cornbread hot dog bites for my girls for lunch, as well as they'll continue to eat leftovers this week. And we also have some pizza rolls in there and some sliders that could probably be eaten up. So they'll probably take that this week. But for this week, I've already planned out my week. I'm ready to go. So tonight we're going to have burgers because that's what my husband has requested. So we're going to do burgers. And then I only have 3 burgers. There's 4 of us. I do have a box of Philly cheesesteaks in there that needs to be eaten up. So I'm probably just going to throw that together really, really quick. I've got some frozen peppers and onions that I can throw in there. I also have some leftover peppers, so I'll probably use those to make a Philly cheesesteak. So I will probably pick up buns today. I can get those at Aldi's for 89 cents, so I feel like that's worth it for the burgers. And then I have been wanting chicken pot pie, homemade chicken pot pie, for a really, really long time, so I am going to make that on Sunday. I have some pie crust left over from Christmas, so I'm going to make that on Sunday. My husband has requested biscuits and gravy. He is doing fasting right now, and he's fasting through breakfast, so he has not had his biscuits and gravy, and I have not made them because I've not wanted to tempt him, but he is missing them. So he has asked for biscuits and gravy one night. So I am going to make breakfast for dinner on Monday night. That will be biscuits and gravy, eggs and bacon. That's always super easy, super simple. I can do that in about 30 minutes start to finish. And then Tuesday will be my 3rd night of work, so I will be very tired. So have already decided that's going to be a crock pot night. I'm going to put my chuck roast in there with some beef consomme and just do up some sandwiches. I typically throw in banana peppers or pepperoncinis, whichever one you want to call that, and just make like a French dip sandwich. So that's what I'm going to do there. And then I'm going to do that with some au gratin potatoes and some steamed vegetables out of the deep freeze. Wednesday again will be Power Hour. I'm not cooking this week, so I have no idea what it is, so surprise. But my girls will be eating that. My husband and I will probably eat leftovers. If not, if it's a night I don't typically cook for Power Hour for the youth, a lot of times we go out on a date night before church and have dinner together. So, but again, it depends on what time he gets off of work and all of that. So that might be a dinner date, or it might be leftovers. Haven't decided yet. And then Wednesday, I have meatloaf in the freezer. We'll do that with some potatoes and corn on the cob that I have in the freezer as well. And then Friday night will probably be chicken bites, and I'll probably pick up a bag of French fries And then Saturday is going to be cheese raviolis with homemade salad. So that is my goal this far for this week. And then the following week we have super conference for church, so that will be very interesting, getting dinner on the table each night before super conference for church. But we can do it because we are going to plan. So I hope this helped you, and I hope that this encourages you, lets you know that I don't always succeed where I would like to, but again, I don't see it as a failure. I see it as room for improvement, room to grow, and I hope that you guys can do this too. So let me know in the comments down below what you're doing, how your week has gone thus far with your freezer meal planning, and let me know what you plan to change for next week as well. If you've not done so, like and subscribe. I should have another video out next Saturday because I do work all day on Friday, so it won't be Friday. I do have a plan to have another video with an update of how this coming week went next Saturday. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss that video. All right? I'm so excited about this journey, guys, and thanks for coming along with me. Bye.